Finally, we have a deluxe edition of Little Feat's The Last Record album, but just how good is it? Let's get into it. Welcome classic rock fans to an unboxing and review of Little Feat's The Last Record album. This is the 4-disc deluxe set. This will be released on the 24th of October, and there is a purchasing link just below this video if you want to go and check it out. This is certainly considered a good album. It's not as cohesive as their earlier work. Nevertheless, those signature funk, rock, jazz influenced thing they do is certainly apparent on this one. And the title of this, The Last Record album, is not entirely true. But it does cut a lot closer than we think, as it is the end of that classic lineup. If I'm not mistaken, I think Lowell George leaves after this record. And many see this album as an indication that they were just kind of running out of steam. I have a soft spot for this band, I really do, and anyone who hasn't listened to Waiting for Columbus really needs to do so. It's certainly interesting artwork. All their albums have sort of interesting artwork, with Hollywood as a big jello mould. But overall, I think this album sort of falls somewhere between that murky place of brilliant and almost. Although this is a good album, I'd have to argue that their previous album, Don't Fail Me Now, I think it was called, is inarguably superb. And this is a remaster, not a remix, and it sounds much better than the previous version I ever owned. The mastering is clearer, emphasising the guitars and vocals, with the bottom end much more resonant. The whole thing feels not so flat, it feels more nuanced and dynamic. But for me, the highlight of these sets, if it's not for the remastering of the original album, it's the live set, recorded in Boston in 1975. The highlight of this live set are two trains. I love the interplay between the slide guitar and the organ, which is worth the price of admission alone. And we get that wonderful percussive clatter that introduces us to Fat Man in the Bathtub, which is always a favourite of mine. And On Your Way Down is absolutely exquisite. The opening feels like a real slice of Ray Charles before it all sort of beefs up a bit. The live set is just absolutely wonderful, but then this band were a live band, much more than a studio band. So enough of this flim-flam, let's take a closer look at this item. So here is Little Feat, the last record album. This is the 4-disc deluxe edition. First thing to say is the colours are incredibly vibrant and really pop. It's a beautiful reproduced sleeve. There's a nice thick box as well. The quality is certainly apparent. Sorry. There's a spine. There's the rear. Need your glasses to read that text. CD1, the last record album, is a 2025 remaster. It has all the tracks we're familiar with: The Romance Stars, All That You Dream, Long Distance Love, Day or Night, One Love, Stand Down, Below the Borderline, Somebody's Leaving, and Mercenary Territory. Then we get CD2, which is Hotcakes, Outtakes and Rarities. Down Below the Borderline is a demo, Rocking Shoes 1 and 2 demo, Fool on the Avenue, which is of course a demo, All That You Dream alternate version, Mercenary Territory alternate version, Long Distance Love alternate version, Romance Dance, again it's an alternate version, High Roller, Day or Night instrumental, a rough mix, Front Page News outtake, Long Distance Love rough mix, and All That You Dream, which is a single version. And then we get the spread over 2 discs, the live at the Orpheus Theatre, Boston, Massachusetts, on the 31st of October 1975. The tracks are 2 Trains, Skin It Back, Fat Man in the Bathtub, one of my favourites, Walking All Night, Apolitical Blues, it looks like I'm having trouble reading this, Oh Atlanta, On Your Way Down, Day or Night, All That You Dream. CD4 is Romance Dance, Long Distance Love medley, Teenage Nervous Breakdown and Spanish Moon. And CD4 is Romance Dance, Long Distance Love medley, which includes Cold, 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 Dixie Chicken, Tripe Face Boogie, Bag of Reds, and Tripe Face Boogie again reprised. Then we get Willin', Teenage Nervous Breakdown, and the last track is Spanish Moon. Or I think all this live stuff is previously unreleased, as are a lot of the demos and outtakes. So let's unpack it, shall we? So here we are, this is the main event, of course. This is the 2-disc set, which comprises of the original album remastered and all the outtakes. There's the spine, if it'll focus. I don't know if it will. And there's the rear. Opens up beautifully, like this. And the first little envelope here is the disc of the original album. The second disc of the outtakes is at the end here. And if I'm not mistaken, you get a nice little booklet in the middle section, which you've got to try and get out without damaging the product. And here is the booklet. That is the sticker off the front. I always keep this stuff, I'm a bit anal like that. Limited edition deluxe 4 CD set, the 1975 classic album remastered, plus previously unreleased outtakes, demos and rare tracks from the vaults, and a complete live show recorded in '75. This release really is a treat. And here is the live set, as I said, recorded in Boston in 1975, 31st of October. Looks like a bootleg, which I quite like actually. And the discs look very much the same as the previous discs. Okay. So there you go, that's Little Feat, the last record album. This is a reissue that's really going to fall below the radar, I think, this year, but I think it's an absolute highlight. Anyway, I'll leave you with my closing salvo, which is hope you're well, staying safe, and of course that you keep listening.